Okay, y'all, it's Wednesday, October 9th, or November 9th, sorry, I'm trying to go backwards. This is our milo stalks. I'm running my ripper through it. What you see ahead of me, a neighbor wanted some stuff for some silage, and we cut it. The next night it had got down to 25 degrees, and in a matter of 2 days it was dead. So that's why it's still standing. I'm running right through it. 730B ripper, just running right on through it. Just rolling through it. Not going to be ideal, but it's at least worked over. Disc was about 5 miles away, so I didn't really bring the disc up here for, we left him 2.5, 3 acres. What he said he wanted, so we made it from 4. I told the guy leave him 4, close enough, but run right through it. Maybe a little kind of tall and wrangly next spring, but take it this way here, it's covered. Ain't got to wait for a disc tomorrow. He might be back, he should be back as well as a disc anyway, but I thought, piss on, I'm going to run through it. At least it's got some dirt on it. It should go through our the old Tiger Make 2 cultivator just fine. May have to work it a little bit, no big deal, but that's kind of what you see. Well, I can get over there, you can see the long stalks still standing somewhat. It's on the, well, right there, the outside disc blade. It's a little smaller. I should have nudged my implement down some to knock that off and buried it or a little bit and mixed it up, but ain't gonna hurt a thing. Just, it kind of looks ugly, but that's kind of what it does on some corn stalks at times. But I think I am due for new blades, but I'll figure that out this spring, or yeah, this spring, or when I get done I gotta look at it. But it kind of leaves the windrow kind of like it does in the corn stalks, so I mean that's one of them things you deal with. It won't cause any problems next spring. I'm pretty sure it'll all fall over. Yep, I think it'll be just fine. I'm still better run through it, so they kind of rot over winter time. Should be fine. At least 90% of them is covered in dirt. Got a little bit of dirt on them. And row crop cultivated too is probably not helping either. I'm riding in that high ridge and low ridge. I'm kind of going just a hair of an angle to what we planted and disc, just barely. Thought I'd kind of get off kilter because I think we disced it straight. I'm not positive though. I didn't disc it, and I'd have to ask the guy. I think he watches the videos, but maybe he can comment how he disced it. But I think he disced it straight. I'm not positive. Not really worried about it. It's still working. It's working fine. But this is basically we got this to work. Oh, we got 86 acres that we chisel plowed. But a lot of places it likes to wash. We did not, so we're just going to run a disc up there on it. I think he's going to do that tomorrow. Uncle's finishing chiseling, so he'd have about 10 acres left to do tomorrow, he said. And then we are done with the fall tillage. Equity has been custom applying ammonia for us, our nearby retailer. Sorry, it's rough, guys. There's just a lot of fodder from that disc it was throwing out, and it made it very rough. So if you're watching, you just said it's very, very rough, just so you know. But other than that, I'm not sure. I may do ammonia. I gotta do a little project tomorrow for our local church. I can take my skid steer down there and do something with the building. I didn't really ask any questions. I kind of got the gist of it, and it wasn't my worry. All I had to do was set the skid steer for a little bit and with pallet forks on it to help them out. So I think that's 9:30 or something like that, he said. But I'm not sure how much longer I'll run here, but I'm just going to the trees. So oh, back when it all wasn't in CRP, when you got to the what we call the gateway, you was halfway done. So I'm over halfway done, and a lot of these endrows towards the east end I'm not doing. We're just kind of leaving them. Some of them kind of washing all that. I mean, I'm doing a few of them, but I'm kind of picking and choosing. We done some grass waterway work. I ran around the grass waterway because we had some sod, and I want to make sure I got it we done it this summer. We planted the mile. I want to make sure we got it chewed up, and there's a bunch of riprap rock we bladed out, and I want to make sure I got that throughout. I'm laying off lands, guys. That's why I'm act like I'm drunk here, but I'm not drunk. Well, that's where we stand. Like I said, I'm not sure on the ammonia. I may try tomorrow. The guy told me to call him tomorrow when I got done. I think it's probably going to be noon. I got to haul my own tanks. I do know that for a fact. None of my uncle or hired man has not taken the ammonia test for the state of Illinois, so they cannot touch an ammonia tank. They cannot put anything on. So I've got to do it myself. The retailer is basically the one guy is feeding, I think he said 2 bars or 2 bars, he said, a custom bar and somebody else. So yeah, so that's kind of my drawback. If I'm feeding myself, I'm not going to get much done. But we'll see what tomorrow brings. I just ripped the corn on corn because they gassed one this morning that had been weathered, or not weathered, but I dissed it and ripped it right when it was bone dry, and then they gassed it this morning. It looked like it gassed beautiful. My uncle chisel plowed one this morning that they're going to gas, and I said, get that on your way back through. We're not worried about that. Let it air out, kind of like mine, what I did this morning. Same thing. So we're fine there. I think that's kind of it. I mean, I'll know a lot more by 2 o'clock tomorrow. Dude got some dirt work with a skid steer I want to do. Got a little bit of mowing left to do. Knick-knack stuff. Just I can do it when it's colder like this late, early next week, whatever. But just kind of want to get some other stuff done when it's good weather. Tomorrow's the last day of 70-degree weather, and then I think we go to like 40, like 50 on Friday, 42 on Thursday, or 42 on Saturday, and I think like 38 on Sunday. And I think the coldest night I saw one night was like 19. So I mean, we're not bone dry. I think we are going to freeze up. So that's kind of why I'm not worried about the ammonia. I can kind of let them do it, and it's one of those things I can do. But if it's going to get real cold, I kind of want to get it on, get all that done, and get it going. So time will tell. I'll know a lot more in 24 hours. I mean, if I do a tank or two, will be a big help for them probably. I got a field up the road here I can do, and a couple others that, we're waiting to hit. Landlord said she want to meet with me this fall, or yeah, this fall, winter, about planting milo on her. I told her it would be, well, we had the beans. So we're kind of in a dilemma. What rate do we choose for fall ammonia to put on there, not knowing if it'll be corn or milo? Just kind of an unknown. It would be a 2-crop back there, so it's kind of an unknown. One year we had it in wheat, and we had like 45 acres of wheat. It was nutty, and she had like 50 acres of corn. That worked out very, very well for wheat, and that's kind of what the seed guy and me both said that would be the best thing for the milo. You get kind of the poorer ground in the milo as well, and kind of the one where all the wood, you get all the wood wrapped around. And with the milo, they really won't walk through it. They'll have to come through it from another end. So, and that's one of them things that, yeah, we got some end roads we can leave in milo, but we just plant into the corn or leave an access point anyway. That's where we stand. But the corn rate, we're, well, for corn on corn and corn on beans, we're running 150 pounds of nitrogen, of ammonia in fall. For just a straight milo field, I think we're going to run 110. That's what I ran last year in this field, was 110, and came back. Oh, we done like a makeshift BRT. I mean, it wasn't a BRT, but we came back about where them trees are. We had 19 gallon of, well, 17 gallon of 32, and then 2 gallon of ATS, and the rest of it got 15. And kind of from the yield map that I looked on the iPad, I mean, I can kind of show it to you sometime as well, but it's, I mean, it don't follow it to a T, but there's also a different ground texture as well to it. But I mean, it kind of highlights it pretty good. And me and the seed guy, when I showed him there Monday morning, he kind of said the same thing. That I don't think we got enough in on yet. And I said, I don't think we did. I don't think we do either. So that's when we're going to study a little bit more. But looking at the high yield milo guys, I mean, they're shooting 200 pounds in. Now I would not do the whole field like that, like a lot of these woods and all that, but yeah, I ain't got a problem in it. But if I do that one field, I can shoot like 150 and part of it, and then kind of back it down to 120, and I can kind of make sure I map it as well, and that will also help me. I can give it to my guy at the equity, and he can kind of, or I can also do that, and I can also run through my field view, and then that will help me as well, running it back through, kind of have a map of it, and then can also use that for side dress. I can come back in and he can build me a BRT map, kind of what I think. If I'm right, build a BRT map and go from it. You know, we got corn, we got milo, and then just kind of have it changing the rate. That's kind of a fun at the same time, but still vice versa. If you had a little corn nitrogen where you had your milo, you could kind of offset that, flip-flop, and move on from there. So that'd be fairly simple on that to do. I think that's it, and I'm in the wrong pass, guys. So that would kind of make it work better on that. I think that's all I can think of that, but tomorrow we'll see what tomorrow brings, and we'll kind of go from there. I think my ride's up here the way it looks. That's all I can think of, guys. Any comments, leave a comment here, but basically tomorrow we'll see what will be done. Like I said, we would like to run a 3-point ripper around some edges of fields too. I would love to do that. With the freeze up, I'm not sure it'll happen. What I see on the weather on Sirius Radio, Agri Talk, the one guy had said the hurricane that's going into Florida is going to have the weather pattern messed up. He's bringing in the cold Arctic air down to us. But I mean, they're still saying no rain for 15 days. I ain't saying I like that, but I kind of wish it was going to stay not freezing temps, at least in the 50s. We could kind of get some dirt work done. Would be great right now. It's dry. I mean, we can do it. But it's one of them things. But I'll let you go, and I'll finish this tomorrow morning, maybe. I think he said I had to be there at 9 or 9:30, but I can make a pretty good chunk in 2 hours. Come on, I get my daughter on the bus at 7:10, so after that I can make some pretty good time then. But well, that's all I can think of. I'm gonna have my hired hand do that one field over there across the holler. There's 10 acres over there. I'm gonna have him do it. It's kind of short turning and all that, but that's where I stand, guys. So I guess I'll talk to you later, and hope you're liking the videos. As I said, cell phone video. We're all unedited. Don't have time for anything else. Hope you don't mind it. That's just kind of how I'm going to do things. So I'll try and keep it more often. And if you want to hear some farm history, let me know. I don't know a lot of it. Anyway, I can fill you on that later. If you want to hear something like that, kind of there, let me know. Or equipment tour or something like that, let me know.